Hey everybody, TBC here. So, Planes of Power has been around now for one whole week, so I thought I'd fill you in with a quick video to show you exactly what I've been up to. Planes of Power launched pretty much without a hitch on Oakwynd, and it definitely has felt like the population has kind of gone back up. I know a lot of people were raid logging pretty much after the dupe during Lachlan on Oakwynd, so it's kind of nice to see a lot more people out and about and hanging around in Plains of Knowledge, or just questing and looking for groups. It's really been a bonus to see. So first I'll show you how I leveled up from level 60 to 65, and then what I've been doing as well in terms of raids. So let's get right on into it. To start off, it is what is old is new again, and I was actually online and playing before Planes of Power went live, so I got together with some guildies to be kind of ready for when POP launched, when you get that yellow text that the server is launching. And I needed to max my XP too, because for the last few months in Lachlan, pretty much since the dupe, I have been one of those raid loggers, and I also stopped boxing after that as well, so I've only just got my one account, which is now a warrior. So I joined this group of guildies over in Velks in the outer castle area. We're pulling all of the inner castle, outer castle area, and the second POP launched, killed one mob, hit level 61, easy peasy. And this is still a really good camp for like the early 60s, 61, 62, maybe a bit into 63 as well. But it was fun, you know, big pulls, 4 or 5 mobs at a time that were constantly coming in. I was kept extremely busy as a tank, and we were chucking out some really good DPS. And yeah, it took a few hours, but we managed to get all the way up to level 62 here. No, it wasn't the most exciting, obviously, or like good loot. I mean, loot really doesn't matter now on Oakwynd, at least not kind of group loot since the dupe, because you can't sell anything really in this kind of situation to get platinum to buy chrono, because chrono is back over 1 million plat. So you know, the gems and stuff really just don't matter anymore. But yeah, we were here for a good while, and as you see, about to hit level 62. And we decided, we got a little bit into 62, but we'd been here for several hours now, so it was time to take a break before our kind of first raids of the expansion. So raid 1, kind of the first night of Planes of Power. A lot of people leveling, some people hadn't yet because they'd already just kind of got home and got on, and we decided to hit up pretty much just a tier 1 raids this first night just to unlock some zones. So when we're talking tier 1 raids, we did Terrace Full, absolutely no problem. Came into Plane of Innovation again, absolutely no problem. Did this Dragon. And we also did the magnetic behemoth in Innovation. Again, it's really not a mob that's any kind of challenge. A few minor control mechanics that you have to do, but nothing that is difficult. And just one thing I really want to point out, like the early raids in Planes of Power really are not built or meant for guilds that are kind of equipped in Vexfal gear, as we are, you know, that were raiding the top of Lachlan, because back in the day only 1 or 2 guilds would have done that. So these early tiers were meant to allow more guilds to experience raiding when it was all open world, but it's exceedingly easy and again didn't pose a challenge. And then we decided to end the night old big body himself, Grumos, in the Plane of Disease, which again, absolutely no problems in taking him down. He went down like the big guy that he is, very, very easily. And that was tier 1 complete on night 1. Now, yeah, we could have pushed on and maybe done a few other things, but we want people to get levels and get their Plane of Justice trials complete as well. So we left it there. Terracefield done, Hedge runs done, and tier 1 complete. So we were really happy with that progress that we'd made. Night 1, Planes of Power, tier 1 ticked off. So with the night 1 raids done, it was kind of back to leveling, and I spent the rest of the night very quickly doing the Plane of Storms keying, and that's just a ridiculous joke these days. When I was doing it, you could do it in a like an instance in a DC, which is how we did it. And because the medallions drop from any mob now, they used to drop from named mobs only, and it was one of those where it was competitive, where you'd be kill stealing each other to try and get ahead and try and get those pieces, because getting it done early on is kind of crucial, and it opens up a Bastion of Thunder, which is a great zone to XP in. And it took not even 90 minutes in an instance, and we got our whole group keyed as well. And there are people that do it in open world who are literally looting medallions off corpses, because some of them were dropping 6, 7, 8 at a time. So you come to Bastion of Thunder, and this is kind of what you look at the whole time: the needs of giants. Yep, that is right. As a tank in first person, that's what I'm looking at, the needs of giants in this corner. And I'm at the table camp, which is probably one of the two better camps in Bastion of Thunder. The other one I really like it being the courtyard upstairs, where the this thing is. But not to worry, it was a good time, good XP. I was able to push through level 64 here this night, no problems whatsoever. We were getting spells as well, the spell things as well for our casters, parchments, so they were happy. I got virtually nothing anyway, and I'm in Vexfall geared, so nothing's an upgrade for me anyway. Just enjoying my time, getting some XP, pushing and grinding to level 65. And in my quest where I never turned down a group invite, here we are in the Plane of Tactics, and I was in a group where we actually had no healer. And yeah, some of these mobs can hit relatively hard, I guess, and yeah, not having a healer would not be conducive for my health. But we had a Necro who, as you can see, was kind of training them around, leaving us to beat on them while he maintained aggro. So it was a very different one for me. Normally I'm used to being stuck in a corner and mobs being brought to me to be killed. Instead I'm doing chasing. So yeah, unusual, and I never turned down a group. And again, I think this kind of shows in EverQuest that you don't have to have the perfect group set up in order to have some fun and get some XP. Did I get loads of XP? No, I was with this group for a little over an hour, but I got over 20% XP at level 64. So, better than sitting around doing nothing. I might as well get some XP and get as close to 65 as I possibly can. But to get level 65, it was back looking at a whole bunch of knees in Bastion of Thunder. We were doing some big pulls, and at times it was pretty hard to keep aggro on all of them. But again, the XP comes really good here, so I was really happy to come back here. It's a fun camp. I enjoy the giants. I used to come into this zone all the time when I made a mage. It's a really good zone for magicians who can charm those big elementals to have some fun with. But yeah, it wasn't too bad. Level 65 came and went. I stuck around with the group though because of my raid logging in Oakwynd. I'm a little bit behind on some AAs. I didn't have any banked, for example, so it was good to burn some AAs and stuck around. And I think this night I earned like 10 AAs as well, which is again really fun and good for me to start cracking down on some of these Planes of Power AAs. Just like that, level 65, the guild is progressing really well. We've cleared everything up to and including tier 3, so that means we're in the elemental planes, and it's just a few more raids and hopefully we'll be in time. But the elemental planes are so much fun in and of themselves. Maybe not water, but fire is a fantastic XP zone. Some really good loot drops there too. So it's definitely one that I'm going to be checking out for sure on Oakwynd. So that's today's video. Just what I wanted to share what I've been up to in Planes of Power week 1 on Oakwynd. So you might find this useful. You know, what have you been up to as well? Have your guild been progressing? Had no problems? Are you already in time and the elemental planes, or are you currently working through the lower tiers? Like I said, we've had no issues whatsoever in getting this content down. Now, the first real challenge, as everybody knows, really comes, in my opinion, with Zagany in the plane of air and with plane of earth with the Wrathy Council. That is, again, just the mechanics that you need to get down. It's not just a hit mob until its HP hits 0. At least not for the most part. Just want to give a huge shout out to our channel members. Thank you so much for your continued support. It is very, very much appreciated. If you're interested in becoming a member, the button is down below. Also appreciate if you enjoyed the video to hit that like button, and of course right next to it is the little bell, and that will let you know the next time I make a video. And there will be a lot more videos to come. There's a lot of Planes of Power content that I want to make some videos on. You know, we're going to have their start of year roadmap for EverQuest. They put one of these out over the last few years, and they made a huge big deal of it last year. With it, you know, they teased the TLP. J-Chan did a bit of a tiny media tour where she was bigging up what Oakwynd would have and expressing that it might even come to life. Well, we've seen no sign of that, so it's gonna be interesting to see what tidbits are in the roadmap, and of course I will bring you that as soon as it drops. I would expect it sometime in the next week. The EverQuest one usually follows about 24 hours after the EverQuest 2 one. I'm the Brick Canuck, and I hope that you have a fantastic day.